My cornbread stuffing sausage? Oh, Thanksgiving must be coming close by. Somebody requested it. Let's see how we make it. Well, I got this recipe when I worked for Piggly Wiggly way back in the day, like 2012, 2013, when they sat there and they had like on their grocery store. Like it? We have cake, everybody. So I tweaked it myself. So Garth, one of my friends, one of my son's friends, requests this all the time. So they're going down to do a Call of Duty marathon. So he said, "Oh, John, can you please make this stuffing for me?" And I said, "Sure," because he talks like that. So this is how I do it. It usually asks for just regular, but I got the hot Italian ground sausage. You just use regular. I'm going to be doing that all up. So first of all, what you're supposed to do is get 216 cornbread stuffing. I have 112, so 2, that comes out to be 12, And it says to make this as the package. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that going. It says 4 tablespoons of butter, a cup of diced onions, celery, 2 cups of chicken broth, and a whole package up onto the stove. So I got that dish right there. And I made up my more than a bouillon. 2 cups right here. This stuff is incredible. This is what makes this. I have my onions diced. I have my celery diced for everything. I have regular chicken broth. And then I got my hot Italian. And I think this is about it. Let's get over here and start making this up. Oh, preheat that oven, everybody, to 350. All right, so I got my 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm doing this by the package. So I got that going. Sorry about that, everybody. I got my onions and my celery, about a cup each, right in there. And what I like to do, I'm gonna add a little SPGO, salt, pepper, garlic, onion to this. And it says to saute these up. It'd be really good if I'm ever prepared, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that was a weird sound. So we're gonna get these going by the package. And I would say, what does the package say here? It says until vegetables are tender crisp. Okay. I'll give that a couple of minutes maybe, eh? Oh, those onions are breaking down really good. Now, if you're just making the stuffing normally, I would maybe put in like a little poultry seasoning in here right now. And then what I would put a little garlic in there because I just love that. But he wanted this a little spicy. So we're having that going. And now this is where you guys can use some Cajun or something like that. But I got this from a bowl of red, original Texas style. This stuff is awesome out of Green Bay. So what I'm gonna do is open this up, and in that, just look at that seasoning, everybody. Oh, is that just gorgeous? I'm gonna sprinkle some of this in here to give it a little heat because he said he wanted this to be a little zippy, So now we're gonna mix that in there. Give it some flavor. You don't want to overdo it, so that's why I just kind of sprinkled that in there, but it's turning it nice and red and buttery. Oh, this is looking so good. Oh, and the onions are releasing. You could smell the flavor. That's looking really good. I say we're done, for this. Now it says, I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit more. Oh, sorry about that. Wow, that just scrapes on that. Really hardcore. First time I'm using my small pan. No, I've used this a couple of times. I'm hoping that this has got enough room for that stuffing. My other pan is too big. Way too big. All right, now it says, add the broth and heat to a boil. Ooh, I can do that. More than a bouillon, everybody. This stuff is the bomb when it comes to any of this stuff. So, we got that all in there. Give that a good mix. Okay, now we need to bring this up to a boil, it says. See where that flame is, right there. Let me get that a little higher. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then it says, remove saucepan from heat, add the stuffing and mix lightly. So, make your stuffing like you get it. You know, cornbread stuffing. I went with this because the cornbread looked really bad of what they were selling at the store at Walmart. So I was like, I'll go with this stuffing instead. So right now, this is a buttery onion mixture, and we need to get this up to a boil. Come on, let's get boiling. Because once we get this done, then we could start getting the rest ready. Then we can get it put in the oven so you all could see this. We're also doing quite a bit of other recipes. I'm recuperating from my back. Really bad arthritis, everybody. So I've been off work for a little while, so this is really the first time I'm cooking. I'm trying to stay straight so it doesn't mess up my back. My wife's been a real hound on me, you know. Hopefully I'll be able to handle to go back to work. I've been off for over a week now. Oh yeah, that's starting to simmer up on the sides really good, everybody. So that's been part of the problem. So at least since I've been home, I've been able to get all the videos being put up. You should notice I've gotten a ton up lately. Oh yeah, she's starting to go. That's what I'm talking about. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this whole package fits in here. I'm not too sure. I'm really not that sure, everybody. Yeah, she's boiling up really good. Look at that. Let's then just take her off. Let's dump in. All right. Okay. And then it said to add stuffing and mix lightly. Where's my mixing spoon? We got to get that stuff up from the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of tight, but oh well. All right, now cover. Cover and let it sit. You take your pork sausage, get your pan going. You can put some butter in there, some oil if you want. What you're going to do is you're going to get this in here. I'm going with 1 pound because I'm making only one part of this. And then halfway through, I still season this a little bit, everybody. You know, you could do your salt and pepper, but I still season it a little bit, and I put a little bit of my SPGO on, then enhance the flavor. Let me go wash these nasty hands, everybody. There it is, nice towel. Ooh, that feels nice on the hands. Oh, the oven's ready, everybody. All right, so we need a good spatula. And you're gonna break this up and get this nice and brown. Now what you can do, if you want your onions and your celery to be softer, okay, because this calls for it, this recipe, on top of what your stuffing is. And we're gonna get that about halfway through. This pork sausage is so lean. I gotta watch it so it doesn't burn. You know, I turned it down to medium. These pans are hot. You could put it in now. That's about halfway done, everybody. So I'm going to take the rest of my celery. It calls for my recipe 4 stalks chopped and 1 onion. That was like a medium onion. And then I always toss in some garlic just to make it better. There we go, 1 heaping. Now let's get this all mixed up. Ooh, airborne, I dropped it. Listen to that go, everybody. Oh yeah. This is breaking up nice. You don't want to get it too much. Maybe put in a little oil or a little butter in to help it out, because this is the first time I ever bought this type of pork sausage. I always get like Johnsonville, but they didn't have the spicy. So what we're doing is we're just making this an excellent mix. Just look how beautiful that is. All right, when this is done, and I would say about another 2 minutes, we'll get to the assembly over there. Then we'll go put it in the oven and we'll get it all baked up. It should be rocking and rolling. And now it's time. I got one of these little things because my son's going over to his place 2 hours away, so we got a little cover for that. So what we have to do is, it says, I have the sausage done. I'm not going to drain it out. There's a little of that in there, but I want to keep that in there. It says, now in a large bowl, mix everything. So what we need to do is we need to mix the pork sausage, onions, celery. So we're going to get this out of here. Oh yeah, look at that. I didn't drain it. There was a little bit of grease in there with that. I think that's just going to add more flavor to it, like I made before. Now we got our stuffing. Let's see how this is working. This has been sitting for a little while. Let's fluff this up and see. Yep. So we're going to dump that in there. Okay. A little bit more soupy than I remember, but that's okay, because we're going to be baking it. Mix this up so it's nice and good. Okay. You put your poultry seasoning in. That is 1, I just had it, here it is, 1 tablespoon. So I'm just going to give it a cover, mix it up. Like that. Now I lightly grease this so it doesn't stick. Okay. Mix this all together and desired amount of chicken broth. Well, this is still pretty moist, so I'm not going to put any more chicken broth in there, I don't think. Let me put this down in here. Make sure I get everything. Oh yeah, just look at that. That looks so good, everybody. Stuffing's done nice. Now, since he asked for this to be a little spicy, look at that, everybody. That is looking gorgeous. You saw what I did with the meat. That's got excellent flavor. Wow. So, wow, that's perfect. I'm going to put a little poultry seasoning on top. Just a sprinkle. Okay? A dusting. And then, wow, it's got a really good zip to it. I'm going to take a little bit more of this seasoning And I'm going to sprinkle this on. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want it spicy. Just use the mild, maybe a little salt and pepper. But this is for him. They like a little bit spicier food. So there we go. Now what we have to do is now, since we got this all mixed up, I have the chicken broth. If I wanted to put a little bit in there. Tell you the truth, I'm just gonna drizzle it in. Just to have the bottom so it steams a little bit. There we go. Right there. Now we transfer this to a baking dish like a glass one, but since this is going up there, I'm gonna put it in here. Bake it at 350, 35 minutes, cover. Now, if it's still a little bit too moist for y'all, what you can do is you could take it, okay, where's my small aluminum foil? There it is. You could take it, take the lid off, and let it sit in there for a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a nice sheet going. Now, if your family likes it the spicy way, do it this way. If your family does it, use just mild pork sausage, okay? And then, you know, a little salt and pepper and the poultry seasoning. And that will be good enough for you. But this is an excellent stuffing. It's so many different ways. Even if you had like queued up liver that you could put in here for like a liver stuffing. You got so many different ways. I will never put liver in my stuffing due to the fact I hate liver. Sorry. Let's get this in the oven and let's see what it looks like in a couple of minutes. All right, just got it done after 35 minutes. 35 minutes, let's take a look and see if this is gonna be good enough. Ooh, hot steam burned daddy. Ooh, I see. I'm gonna put her in for a little bit longer, but look at how that's looking. To get it a little bit more, she's a little moist still in my eyes. Crust it up a little bit up on top, but I'm gonna put it back in for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, an additional 10 minutes, everybody. Ooh, look at that. That's the cornbread stuffing. So we're gonna take a taste test. I got my son over. So, here you go, Kevin. That's an, oh, just look how beautiful that is. It's gonna be kind of hot, so blow on it. You could tell him the corner was taste tested. What do you think?
A little spicy, but pretty good.
He wanted it spicy, so.
Pretty good.
That was really good. Crispy on top, chewy in the middle. It's got a little zip to it, but it's not overly done. Oh, it's not.
No.
Here, you want to finish that?
Yeah.
You know. So, that's for their gaming night.
And this comes from the guy that doesn't like spice too much.
Who?
Me.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at me. I love spice.
You know.
All right. That's done. Do all that great stuff. You know, thanks for coming in. We made it spicy. We put on that seasoning and everything else, and I used the spicy, but you don't have to. This can be just a perfect little thing. It's got great flavor. It's really delicious. We'll take some pictures of this and, you know, do all the great stuff. Please share, subscribe, like, notify, hit the little bell, you know. Comments. I love comments, please. You know, so until the next time, thanks for coming to my kitchen. It's Cooking with me. Plenty of meals coming up today. Hopefully my back will keep on working. It's getting a little sore. So right here, it's delicious. Till the next time, my fellow cooks. Bye.